Make sure they are packed tightly.
We need more crates over here.
Keep the line moving faster.
Check the temperature on crate 7.
Looks good, Supervisor. Moving to Station 2.
B1. Brush wash pass. Soft rollers sweep longan skins while fruits rotate.
High-pressure rinse bars stripe the moving longan layer, water sheeting off instantly. Longan spheres stay dominant for dried longan pulp.
Fine rinse stage. Purified water curtains fall. Longan surfaces turn glossy and clean as droplets merge and fall away.
Repeated washing keeps longan dominant for dried longan pulp.
Ultrasonic bath. Longan fruits sit in shallow, vibrating water, micro ripples shimmering across visible spheres. Fine cleaning continues for dried longan.
Bonsoir, spreader. Propagating wall of Yam Sangeri, Lord Dot.
Gentle cracking rollers. Longan skins split with soft snaps, revealing brief flashes of translucent pulp beneath.
Macro reveal. A cracked longan opens just enough to show glossy, translucent flesh under thin skin. The camera lingers on pulp shine for dried longan dive.
Shell separation chute. Loosened skins peel back, while the translucent longan pulp stays in frame as the main subject. The workflow stays fruit first for dried longan.
Hand-assisted peeling. Gloved hands remove shell halves from longan, exposing full translucent pulp.
Seed push-out station. A soft plunger presses seeds out. Glossy seeds pop free while translucent pulp cups remain visible. Clean pitting for dried longan.
Shiny dark seeds roll down a side channel, while the translucent pulp continues on the main belt. All
Draining belt. Pulp pieces travel on mesh, tiny droplets falling away in slow rhythm. Moisture control begins for dried longan pulp.
B1. Sorting by size, pulps pass under a gentle grater. Larger glossy pieces kept in the main.
B1 manual quality check. Gloved fingers lift one pulp piece, inspect translucency and aroma cues, then place it back. The pulp stays the hero for dried longan void.
One, pre-dry air knife. Filtered air sweeps across trays, removing surface moisture, while pulp remains glossy and visible.
Early drying close, pulp surface is still glossy, but edges begin to tighten slightly as warm air moves. The pulp remains the hero for dried longan drill.
Gentle flip mechanism. A soft airflow or tray vibration nudges pulp pieces to dry evenly without losing visibility. Evenness supports dried longan.
B11. Mid-early zone. Pulp pieces look slightly smaller, still translucent but with firmer contours.
Drier section transition. Trays pass from warmer to slightly cooler airflow, pulp still centered and clearly visible. The process remains focused on dried longan.
Early stage color hold. Pulp remains pale translucent, preserved by antioxidants. Camera focuses on clarity and shine. Preservation supports dried longan.
B1. Midline transition. Pulp pieces now look more elastic, less wet, still translucent with satin highlight.
Moisture sensor pass. A sensor hovers above trays, but the pulp remains the dominant subject in focus. Controlled dryness targets dried longan.
Even dry airflow, pulp pieces flutter minutely from air movement, then settle back into place. Calm motion continues for dried longan.
B2. Middle drying zone. Pulp surfaces shift from satin to gently matte, shapes becoming
B2. Macro moisture loss. Tiny sheen patches fade across pulp, leaving a soft matte finish with glossy highlights only at
B2, mid-stage wrinkling, delicate wrinkles deepen slightly, surfaces looking chewier while still pale.
Paste in red variety. B2, moisture gradient comparison, left side of tray slightly shinier, right side more matte, all pulp visible in one frame. The slow shift toward dried longan continues.
B2. Cooling pocket inside dryer. Airflow cools briefly, letting pulp set as texture stabilizes.
B2, macro chewiness cue, a gloved, light-skinned Caucasian female finger presses one pulp piece lightly, it springs back while remaining in focus. Texture confirmation for dried longan.
B2, tray exit approach. Airflow softens as trays near the end, pulp pieces holding stable shape and texture. The story stays focused on dried longan. B2, air clean pass. Filtered air sweeps over dried longan, removing dust without moving pieces out of frame. The fruit remains central.
B2 versus moisture meter check.
Gentle vibrations settle. Dried longan bounces once and settles into even thickness across the belt. Satisfying order continues.
B2 Pre-pack Staging Bin. Dried longan, or longan pulp, collects in a stainless hopper.
B2 Lane line alignment. Dried longan pulp forms single file lanes for clean dosing, with perfectly regular spacing. Repetition builds.
B3 Packaging begins. A weigher drops dried longan into a forming clear pouch. Pieces visible as they settle into the bottom.
Second piece. A fresh dried longan pulp piece is lifted closer to lens than the dish, wrinkles catching soft light like tiny ridges. Pure fruit detail.